By the time Pulicat was already owned by Dutch, had established their trading post in Pulicat, and within 25 miles south of it is Santom, where Portuguese had already built a fort. There was a fort like our fort here, but it was destroyed by French later. So between Portuguese, Catholic Portuguese and Protestant Dutch, there was always fights, religious fights, which was taken not only on the land but also on the sea. So this English came to Pulicat and Dutch will have no chance to ask them to stay there, no chance for them, no chance for the English to be there. So the English came down and Portugal will not allow them in Santo. So they wanted to get another place in between. Those days, as you know, a harbor is always at the mouth, outlet of a river mouth. So they found here Kuvam flowing. That time Kuvam was a very good river. It was called Komaleswaram actually. And it was flowing from west to east and joining the sea somewhere near the fort downtown. And there was also another river called North River, which was flowing parallel to the shore from north through 7 villages. So it was called Elumur River. Elumur River. That is the one which became later Elumbur and later also called Egmore by English. So this river was joining the Kuvam and between island formed out island road, what is called in Tamil. North of that place where it joins the sea, the English thought that's the best place to start a trading post. At that point of time, as Vijayanagar Empire had already come down, the regions were ruling the places where they were appointed. And in Vandivash, that is now called Vandavasi, they landed here. The first Ayappan photographs are also there. And got Ayappan Nayak to a piece of land here where the fort is now situated, 250 odd acres. That is started trading post here. But there was nothing here except a spit of sand and a stretch of land, that's all. So they had to start everything. And to get the company's permission, they wrote a long letter saying that it's a beautiful place, there's a lot of beavers and other things. There was not a single beaver here. All from Andhra later. It was on August 22nd, 1639, that a firman was issued by Venkatapati. That is why we call 22nd August as Madras Day. On that day, the firman was signed, granting this place to English. English started it, and from then on, it's all history, how they slowly got into the country, and once they knew, within 200 years, they established an empire also. But as they were doing here in 1640, they started building the fort. The construction commenced on the St. George's Day, that is why it is called St. George's Fort. And after finishing the work, unfortunately, neither day nor Kogan or Rimde and Beri Timanna and others helping him with one Tamilian called Nagabhattan. Nagabhattan was a gunpowder maker. He was very close to them. They all have established this fort. And after they built a temple, but today that temple was called Chennai Kesava Perumal Temple. Inside that was also a shrine for Shiva, that is Chennai Nallikeswar. So these two shrines, the temple was growing very nicely. And from then on, the English started growing and they supported the temple also. It was called actually, company was supporting actually. It was razed to the ground in 1749 or something like that, after the French, which I will tell you what happened. In 1746, the French saw there was an opportunity to capture Madras. Bourbonnais, an admiral of the French Navy, came with his ships and anchored them off Tiruvanmiyur beach and bombarded the fort and all that, and within few days, English surrendered. French took over in 1746 this Madras. Had they continued, and I will be talking to you today in French and not in English, because they were ruling the place. But what happened was there was an Austrian succession big fight going on in Europe when English won. After English winning, the treaty signed was that all the respective places should be given back to the original owners. Thus, in 1749, after exactly 3 years of time, the whole place was given back. And then they had to raise down the temple because they wanted to have a place for gun platform. And they raised completely Mallikeshwara, Chennakeshwara, Perumal temple and all that, and made a gun platform. It was called Goa Garden because Goa is plenty there. In fact, there was cemetery also. Chennakeshwara Perumal temple there. And also gave 1,200 pagodas as a compensation to build another temple, which was built by Manali Muthukrishna Mudaliar with the moving. And as we go inside, I will show you the skyline of Madras. From there, you can understand how English stole the only war they fought was the War of Plassey, Robert Clive fought in Calcutta. But before that, it was all by negotiation. First Triplicane, then Tiruvatiyu and all that places. Mind you, except this place, it was a well-established place. Tiruvatiyu was known 2000 years before. Tiruvadandai was known 2000 years before, and only in between this place English developed. So Madras is comparatively a new city in this Tondai Mandalam area. Thank you. We'll start moving in now.
For the delay.